My favorite motto, I don't know that I have a particular motto. There's things that I use, like how hard can it actually be? Um, and other ones that I like, it's not actually rocket science, but it is a challenge. And I think the biggest challenge for actors uh, is the fear of getting it wrong. So I suppose my best motto is it doesn't matter if it doesn't work. It's only a matter of trying something different. I think you have to explore as far as your imagination can let you go, and then more if you can. I think the thing that holds people back is, as I said before, just a fear of getting it wrong. And I think if you look at what might happen if it doesn't work, the very worst thing that will happen is that you'll know that something doesn't work in that particular way. So you can try something different. My other piece of advice, I suppose, to actors is that it's not about trying to get it right first time. It's about finding all the different possibilities that you can have rather than probability of what it should be. Because it's about imagination. It's about what we know of society, how we draw images and ideas from other people, from society around us, and then how we make that into an artistically and dramatically pleasing form. The only way you're going to do that is keep practicing. You can't just imagine it in your head. You have to keep practicing. I think classes are good, but you can do it without having to go to classes all the time. Write yourself a piece. Write yourself a piece of idealistic proportion. In other words, write yourself a piece that you would love to play. It only needs to be short. And then put it all together, practice it and see if it comes out what you imagined in your mind's eye, and then try alternatives, things that you hadn't imagined when you'd been writing it. I think doing that, the business is tough enough to try to get out in front of people and to see people and have people see you. And I wouldn't want to say, look, I think this is the way you go about having your career. I think a lot of it is probably being in the right place at the right time. But if you are in the right place at the right time, you need to be able to say, I'm doing my best work. And the only way you can do your best work is by trying things that you know and then trying things that you don't know. My favourite film, there's so many to choose from, isn't there? Particularly, I like the sentimentalities of European films. I also like American films, English films. But there's a certain sentimentality of a study of character rather than situation in European films that I quite like. I suppose my favourite film of all time is a French film which starred Daniel Auteuil, and it was called Un cœur en hiver, which is a heart in winter. And it's a beautiful study. The other films that immediately come to mind, the Kozlowski films, Blue, White and Red, from back in the 90s. And I think another film that I think is probably good to study is Black Swan, which is an American film about Swan Lake a few years ago. And it's a good film to watch, I think, because it gives a sense of what it might be like to be totally free in the performance. There's lots and lots of really wonderful, extreme performances in that. And when I say extreme, I mean performances that feel and look completely liberated. And I think that's the best thing you can do. So they would be my films.